Do you find yourself searching through your fabric stash for the perfect coordinates? Do you strive to be more confident in your color combinations? If you answered yes or just love fabric, then a subscription to Goody's Color Club is for you. Goody's Bundle Club is a quarterly subscription program with carefully curated fabric bundles by me, available to Goody's Bundle Club members. In addition to an exclusive Stash Builder bundle, each delivery Hi, my name is Goodra from GA Designs. Welcome to our live Tipsy Tuesday. Hi everybody, welcome to our show. We're live here, Tipsy Tuesday, and I guess we're having a little bit of a stream kind of wrinkles, but hopefully, you know, crossing fingers that everything holds up throughout the show. Of course, if you're new around here, make sure you like our page or follow us on, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We're live both on Facebook and YouTube. And make sure you introduce yourself in the comments. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We, of course, want you to stick around throughout the end of the show. We have a giveaway at the end, so you want to make sure you stay here throughout so you can answer that giveaway question. We will announce the question at the end of the show and then the winner next week. Of course, we are back. We were in Minnesota this past weekend and we're back. Got a little bit of snow, a little taste. So we're ready to roll here and have a great show for you tonight. A little bit of a surprise and a great tip of the day. So we're going to have lots of great discussions today. So make sure you stick around. But let's start with our winner from last week. It is, I asked you, what will you be celebrating in March? And our winner, Mr. HP, is here. Say hi. Oh, hi, he was a little frustrated with the technology.
It's beautiful, though. Life is good.
Yeah, good.
Here you go.
Darcy Barnes, yay! Darcy said, never attended QuiltCon, but I always make an Irish dinner for St. Patrick's Day for my family. Yay. Congratulations, Darcy. $25 gift card is yours to send an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com and we will get you your gift card right away. All right, Kobe's here too. Kobe, you want to say hi? Come on up here. Can you see? No, just a little nose.
There's nothing worse when you see the stream it's not connected correctly right before you go on.
Yeah, it's kind of stressful.
And you got to disconnect and reconnect, and here we are.
We're here, so hoping, crossing fingers. Now there's lots going on at the warehouse. We just got back, like I said, and retreat boxes are going out the door today. Yes, everybody participating in our Stripology virtual retreat in what, 2.5 weeks? First session? You guys will be getting your boxes real soon, but I just want to make sure that you all remember and know there's no posting, no photographs of anything in the boxes. Please keep it a secret. It's such a fun surprise when you receive it, and then we want everybody to have that same surprise. So you will be receiving a video in your account with the unboxing from me. So once the first retreat is over, we are able to share what went on. But we want to keep it a secret. It's so much fun for everybody. We want that to be a part of the whole retreat experience. So those of you also waiting for Color Club, I got an update for you. We, of course, usually ship our Color Club out on the 5th of each month, and that landed on a Sunday, which means normally the package starts going out Monday. Would have gone out Monday, which was yesterday. But, however, as you know how fabric can be a little finicky on shipments and things like that, one of our fabrics got held up for quite a long time. So we just received it last week. So they've been kind of hectic in cutting and packing, and hopefully either today or either tomorrow or Thursday, all of the Color Club packets will go out. Hopefully tomorrow. They are amazing in the warehouse, and I know they can get going real fast. So if not tomorrow, you'll see your package start moving Thursday. All right? It's all good. This one is worth the wait. I will reveal the Color Club next week on Tipsy Tuesday. If there's any more delays, I might push it off till that following Friday, but hopefully I'll be able to reveal March color during our show next week. I'm excited about that one. Should we tell them what it is? No.
Go ahead. I dare you.
No. We don't never tell. It needs to be a surprise too. Fun surprise. All right. So I wanted to mention last week we talked about our quilt cruise, our actual in-person quilting cruise, which is kind of the only place where I'm going to be teaching. Well, that's on the schedule. 2024 January, it sold out so fast. So there was another cruise added. And I talked about it last week, but just wanted to remind you because we already got a lot of signups for that one. So if you were thinking about it, don't think too long before that one gets sold out. The ports are a little bit different, but everything else is the same. Same ship, same beautiful machine, same rooms, same quilts we're going to be working on. But the ports are Antigua, Barbados, St. Lucia, Martinique, and St. Kitts and Nevis. So check it out if you want to join us. Me and Mr. HP. We won't be that silly on a ship. I hope not. Well, we usually are pretty silly. But we're going to get a better picture than that one.
Yeah, we'll redo.
Yeah, we're going to try and redo our Titanic shot.
Have our straight face.
Yeah.
Fan on the face, hair blowing.
I don't know. Okay, moving on to our next segment. I'm so excited because Root, our fabric from eBond, is back in stock. Root, of course, was the hit of our show in Atlanta, our QuiltCon. We sold out on the first day. And so, of course, all thanks to the supersized Amelie quilt, but here's the bundle. It's so beautiful, so gorgeous, and unique fabric, and obviously everybody wants it. So we have it back in stock. The bundle is back in stock. And did we find a picture of my quilt? Oh, just this one was my quilt, but just this before it was quilted. All the blocks. I really love it. This quilt got so much attention at the show, and I have to say I am excited now because when I was cutting out the Amelie supersized, as you know, we have a little strip left from the half-yard bundles. So what I did, I cut my leftovers into as big of a strip as I could. So this is a 3.5-inch strip because I was able to get that from the rest of the bundle. So all the fabrics, 3.5-inch strips. What am I gonna do? Well, I always just, I cut it right away, and then I thought, you know what, I'll think about it. And I have an idea. So, a lot of my strip patterns, most of my strip patterns are made with 2.5-inch strips. But I thought I could kind of supersize one, even though it won't be like supersized, it would just be slightly bigger dimensions. And I've been thinking and thinking what would look really good with this. Unique line. It also just, the wider strips really help this fabric because it's so large scale, some of them. And so I thought of this one quilt, and I happen to have it on the set today. It is Frequency. Don't you think it would be perfect? A little bit bigger pieces, and with a background, I'm thinking maybe a black background or a dark gray with a Frequency. Then the colors will really pop and come out. What do you think? I'm gonna play with that. But you know, this is one of those projects that's gonna be kind of one of those leaders and enders that I do. So it'll take some time. I work on it as I'm working on other quilts, and then so once I get to the end, it may or may not become its own pattern. Or maybe I'll just, I think I'm gonna keep all the other dimensions the same so you could easily do this. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be cool. What do you think? So that's my root story. So snatch yourself up a bundle while we still have it. It is awesome. Awesome to work with.
Is it root or root?
Root. R-O-O-T. Yes. Poor
Root
Kara got a little, her Minnesota accent. Well, some people that had a hard time understanding her in Atlanta. She said root, but it sounded more like rut. Rut.
Root.
Root.
Is it root beer or root beer?
It's root beer. Root beer. I guess it helped her when she said it really deep voice. Then she could say root.
Root.
Root. But I think most people understand us, right? Right?
Yep.
Rut or root? Well, anyways, I love it.
Where is the Frequency pattern?
The Frequency pattern is in the first Stripology Mixology book. Yes, the light gray quilt on the cover. First Mixology book. All right, another thing I wanted to remind you, because we're working with these cool fabrics and showing you some cool fabrics, is that we have a special going on for our Flight Path Table Runner, which is a quilt as you go, very cool and simple to make, especially because the pattern comes with a video. It was part of our Fast and Furious Club. And so it is half price through St. Patrick's Day. So snatch it up if you don't have this. And if you notice the fabrics in these, it's so cool. So this one, both of them were made with a collection from Marcia Durst. And the latest one, we don't have this one anymore, but the latest one we have is called Random Thoughts. And as you may remember, it sold out. It was the first one to sell out during our retreat. And it's one of the options for our retreat bundles. I just snatched up some scraps here, but we have some more bundles in stock now because we were able to get a little bit more. We didn't think they were going to make it for retreat. And then it just came in, and we didn't get a lot. So I just want to remind you, because this was asked for at QuiltCon so much. And it's really cool geometric designs, Marcia Durst's style. Some of them almost look like batiks, but they are not. So I am hoarding this. But this would make a very similar effect like both of those runners. One I just made with a dark background and one with a light background. It's the same fabric for the rest of them. And I think that's really cool. You can really choose the overall look of your quilt just by the difference of backgrounds. Can you show those two again so they can see the difference? It's the same fabrics. And it really is cool how different effects they are. So first one is the black background. It just makes the blues almost like super jewel tone, the teals. And then the gold really stands out. And then you put the light background and the blues kind of fade, but then you can really see the reds kind of stick out more. It's so interesting to me to switch it up like that. That's why I love to do it and showing you the differences.
What was the previous bundle?
Huh? Root, yeah, Root was the first one I talked about. Let me pull up all of you guys' comments and questions just so I can hear them and be on top of that. There you are. Okay, so I don't see that question. It must have been on Facebook. So yes, I'm excited about these unique fabrics. And speaking of unique fabrics, here's my little surprise for you today. So I am part of a group of sewers, designers that were chosen by Free Spirit Fabrics to be one of their influencers. As you all know, I love working with Free Spirit Fabrics, especially the very, very unique ones. And so they sent me a box with a brand new fabric line that's coming out later in the year. And they did tell me which one it is. But the fun part is they sent me a box with the fabric. I haven't seen the fabric yet in person, but I know it's my style and I'm excited. So I recorded this video just before the show of the unboxing, and then I'm going to share a little bit more with you my ideas to use it. So let's check out my Free Spirit special unboxing. Hi, my name is Gudrun from G Designs, and I'm here to show you a little surprise. It's a surprise to me because I just got a package from Free Spirit Fabrics. They sent me some goodies, and so I think we should open it together. Let's do it. All right, so let me get my tools. They are sending some fabrics out to influencers for their influencer tour of some new lines coming. So I know what line I'm getting, but I haven't seen it yet. So I'm very excited to see it in person. Ooh, how pretty. Look at that pretty packaging. Wow. All right. Oh, I hardly want to open it. It's so pretty right now. Let's check it out. Pretty ribbon. It's like a cake. All right. So we have this beautiful new collection by Seth Apter, one of their new designers. And as you can probably tell, it's based on his mixed media artistic work. So these are in the line. Here's some more from the line. I'm going to open these up for you too to show you, but I love that they included some provisions from Tim Holtz because their styles really work well together, and I was already planning this. So let's take a look at the fabrics and see what ideas pop for me. Let's see. This one I was excited to see because I love anything with typography, and this is so cool. Story, journey, hope. This is beautiful. I love this typography print. So I'm going to do this way for a change. And then we're getting into some color. Oh, I love this. Little squares. I love the little ink blots, squares, rectangles, different. This is going to be great texture. I love the colors. A little bit more muted. So then we have another typography print. Gotta love that. I love the kind of layered texture on all of them. This one has fearless, possibility, solitude, authentic, notes, confidential, priority, destination, journal. All kinds of fun, great words. Love it. So 2 great typography prints. I'm sure there's more typography kind of included here. Yeah, it's a little bit of words in this one. Shine your light. Oh, that's awesome. Love this. And I love that this is for a collage like this. It's kind of a small scale, so you get a lot of detail. So let's do one of these prints. This looks more like a geometric that is not as colorful in, let's say, not as many colors. So I like this. I love the rusty color here. A little gray. Oh, a little bit of words in there. Storyteller. We're all storytellers. It's great. And another gold. Oh, I love this, like little typewriter buttons almost. It's like stamped on there. And then we have directional print. This will work great as kind of a stripe. Has a little bit of green in there, a teal. And another one that has a stripe effect. Going the other direction. Multicolor, I love that. That'll be fun to work with. Create a lot of dimension. So it's 12 prints, I believe. 3, 6, 9, yeah, 12 prints in the line. So here's the big one. So it's like that light first one I showed you, but with color. Storyteller journey. I love this. This is great. And then a little bit of teal and black. This is beautiful. Beautiful print. And there's little words in here. Heal, art, wish. This is so up my alley with all the different typography themes in here. And then, last but not least, even more words. This looks like pages from old books. And I love that pop of yellow in here. Wow, this is beautiful. And the provisions they sent, we have the onyx, looks like. And we have, I think this is linen. I don't remember what. There's so many very similar colors. And then the teal. Oh, love this color, but it goes really well with it. So this is Storyteller. Now, what am I gonna make? I think I'm gonna make an Ava quilt. So I'll have to show you later and show you my progress, but I'm very excited about this. Yay! Are you excited about this? I have the fabric here, so I'd be happy to show you any of these up close and what you wanna look at more. I'm very excited. So let me tell you a little bit about Seth Apter. He is an artist, mixed media artist, as if you can tell. He's an instructor, teaches a lot of classes, author, and designer. He's from New York City, and he came to the world of art later in life. It says he transitioned from a full-time career as a psychologist and to being a full-time artist and maker. So I love that. His artistic practice is based on the concept of community and collaboration. And he believes in the power of art to bring people together. His work has been exhibited in multiple exhibitions and can be found in numerous books and national magazines. Now, if the fabric isn't up my alley, which it totally is, his ideology totally is community and collaboration. That's what I love. And so what will I be making? I don't know. I got so many ideas, and I may even switch it up from what I'm gonna kind of show you. But if you wanted to see any of the fabrics closer up, so let me show you. I've got them here. So here's that big main print, which comes in the monochromatic, but it has a lot of shade difference. It has so much life underneath. That's always what I'm looking for. It has layers. So you have the bottom layer, which has the taupe and the light gray into the white, and then you have something else like it's stamped on top, and then another layer on top of that, and that's what I really love. It really gives your fabric and everything life like that. And let me show you the one that is the same but in color. Or not the same, it's similar. It's not the same. That's kind of what I love about Free Spirit too. They always have multiple SKUs, and so only one. Each fabric is unique, very unique. So because they work so much with artists, and I love that. So this one is similar, has the same words, but now I see they're larger. Words are larger, the circles are larger, but then they have all these other textures. So beautiful. So obviously, you would think right off the bat that I would want to make something that has larger pieces And of course it would, but this one is, if I just show you next to the root, this one is quite a bit smaller scale. You can see root, it's so cut up because it is really large. You can tell that this is a lot smaller scale. So you really aren't just stuck with something that would, you know, need bigger pieces. So I think I could totally play with this. So one idea that I made, because it is very similar to Tim Holtz, similar feel at least, I thought I could definitely make a Venus. I did that with Abandoned from Tim Holtz, and that would be cool, but you know what? I would want to do something different. And because if you look at this, the patterns kind of flow into each other a little bit, so you want to break them up a little bit and make them each shine and stand out, and I could do that with a background. Now the 3 fabrics that Free Spirit sent with it was these Provisions. So Provisions is the basic from Tim Holtz, and we have them in stock. We carry them in our 1 yards, and so that it works really perfectly because it has that grungy style, that collage type of mixed media style. And these colors work great, but let me show you. I think we have a photo of more Provisions that we have in stock. So I will definitely maybe throw a few, just a little bit of those into my quilt. Yeah, it's this one. So there you can see all the colors. So definitely we see that blue first. I think the indigo would be too much, and the vineyard will be too much, and so will the crimson. But I think some of the other more muted, the greens definitely would be great. Both of the grays and that burnt sienna color would be awesome too, to kind of throw in there for a little bit calm, to calm your eye. And then also what I thought too is Tim Holtz is coming up with a new basics line. We're gonna carry it. We have it on pre-order. It's called Cracked Shadow. It's on pre-order right now as a bundle, but we will also have it in 1 yards. But it's kind of great when I come out with a new basics line to be able to buy a bundle. You can act, it acts kind of like your little color card. But these are the Cracked Shadow texture. It was actually one of the prints from the Abandoned line. So I love it that it's coming in more colors. So some of these would work well, not the bright ones. I wouldn't throw the bright ones because they would just be too much, overkill. But for example, that black one, if I decide to do something with a background, that would be great. Or that brown one would be awesome as well. So either one of those would be awesome. But here's what I'm thinking right off the bat. Right off the bat, I'm thinking of making Ava. So Ava is probably a quilt. It's a single pattern. It hasn't had much attention lately because it's been a while since I made an Ava. We did have a quilt along for Ava years ago. And so you can see it's these blocks that are horizontal and they're kind of chopped apart. So the background flows around it. So this is why I thought it would be great for this, because the fabric that you choose for a background will be really nice and calm, and then everything else would kind of float around it. And when we did the quilt along, I had the optional vertical layout, which I think would be really cool and modern for this one. So I'd probably make a bigger quilt. I don't know, just have to use all these prints. And you could even play with doing a little bit of fuzzy cutting with this, but this is what I'm thinking. This is my first idea. So I'll definitely be, you know, telling you, showing you steps along the way where I'm at, or if I change course. But here's the great thing. As you know, my patterns, I could make more than one thing with this. So who knows? I'll cut some squares and strips, and then maybe I have some leftovers for something else. Great. It would make a great Amelie, supersized Amelie with just one accent color. I don't know. So options for background, definitely the Provisions Onyx would be one. I think it would be great as a background, but I'll have to play with it. Maybe I'll even go with the blue. That might be. Let me know, which one would you go with? The blue or the onyx. It will kind of be, you know, very brown quilt if I do the onyx, but if I do a nice color like this that's not too bright, I think that would be really, really successful. So I could go with a blue, or I could go with more of the red tones, gold tones. Yeah, we'll see. I'll play. Any questions on this? And do you want to see anything closer up? Blue? Yeah, you're all thinking like me. So we will see. I will have to make sure I secure some blue. And this fabric is really cool in that color. So that will really tone well with it. And yeah, it's a fun quilt to make. Anyway, it looks harder than of course it is, like most of my quilts. So check it out. Gold, blue, 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 green. Green would be an option too. They have a really nice, Provisions has a really nice sage, kind of a sage green that will be beautiful as well. Yeah, oh, my nail color is blue. That is true. It kind of matches. This line, actually, it is on pre-order. So we just put it up as a pre-order. So let's show them that, that line. So it is called Storyteller. And so, Storyboard, sorry. Storyboard. Storyboard. There it is. So it is available as a pre-order. And just like our other pre-orders, if you purchase it on pre-order, you get a $5 off of the bundle. And this, so we get a half yard of each of the 12 prints in the line. I love, love, love it. All right, so I kind of skipped over this segment, and I am kind of surprised that you let me skip over it. Of course, every Tuesday, every Tipsy Tuesday, we do a tip of the day. And I have a great one for you. Something to help you match those points. So let's check out the tip of the day.
You had to say.
Today I have a trick for you, a little tip when you need to be matching tricky points. Like this one, I have 1, 2, 3 seams coming this way, and also on the other one, 1, 2, 3 coming this way. And we want them to come together perfectly, matching the point to point. So here is a little trick. I like to use my wool mat on the bottom when I'm placing these. So you start with one pin. I like to use my fine silk pins because they penetrate easily and they are really great for fine work like this. So first off, you want to push the pin through right at that point where you want it to match with the other one. So I go from the back side of one piece, push right through where that tip is. I double check that I'm in the right spot, making sure, there we are. And then I can take that pin and push it right through where I want it to match and stick it straight down. And so that the pin is lodged straight down on my mat, as you can see. So now I feel with my fingers, because these 3 seams coming together, they should all nest based on my pressing instructions. They're all nesting. I feel for them. Then I take two more pins and I pin on each side of that straight pin. So one side here, I keep this straight because it's holding my unit in place. And then I pin on the other side. And now I can remove that middle one because this is not going to move. It's pinned correctly. The mistake sometimes done is you might feel it straight like this, but then people go and just pin it like this. And what happens then is you shift that one layer back a little bit, so now they're not fully matching anymore. So this is my favorite trick. Once you move on to other where there's just one seam, then I can just use a single pin. But I double pin those tricky intersections to make sure the points come together. That is your tip of the day. I don't know if many of you knew this. Some of you might like to use fork pins. Fork pins are really, they're like a little U shape, so you have a pin on each side, so you can use that in there. I prefer to precisely put each of my pins in there. It really doesn't matter. We'll do kind of the same thing, but either way works great. Fork pins or 2 pins. So no need to buy fork pins if you got regular good pins. You can use that trick. So any questions on this tip? Let me know if you have any particular questions. So it's always good to follow it up for some extra. And this was one of the tips that was in our class packs for the Zoe quilt. As you may have noticed, I'm putting together rows of Zoe blocks. And so this was one of the tips we had during the class, one of many, many, many. And I thought it would be perfect to share it here as well. I do not use fork pins. This is a question from Mary. I do not, because I have always just used the 2. So throughout the years, even when I lived in Iceland, when fork pins weren't the thing, I always used 2. So I just go back to that. When you use fork pins, you would just position it the same way and then place the fork pin. But I have tried it before, and I just work better with the 2, because then I can place each one exactly where I want it, and not necessarily the fork pin. Then you're really stuck with the distance between them, between the 2 pins. You can't space them out or put them tighter. So that's probably one of the reasons why I like to just use 2 pins. Okay. Oh, the fabric I was using on the video was the Nutmeg bundle. It's a United Notions basic gray bundle. We still have that in stock, actually. Although it was getting a lot of attention at QuiltCon. And my Zoe quilt that I was piecing the rows back right there, it was on the long arm when we left GE, and I can't wait to see it quilted. It's really, really pretty. Show the pins in the container. Well, if I had the container, let me double check. I don't think I have the container. They are, nope, I don't have the container. But they are clover, and we only, if you're buying from us, GE Quilt Designs, we only carry 2 different pins. One is silk pins, and that's the ones that I was using. So they're finer, great for precision piecing like this. The other ones are called quilting pins. They are a little bit longer and also thicker, so they're sturdier for when I'm doing like quilt as you go. So I only have those 2. All right, Nancy says, great tip. Never seen that done before, so that's awesome. And Jackie said, really like the use of the wool mat. Yes. I love that, because then I can put it wherever I'm working. I used to always do this on my ironing board because I could push right into that. So I love using the wool mat with it. And the wool also just makes it extra stable. So it's great. Works out great. All right. Any more questions on your side? Yep, Linda used 3 pins. I do use 3 pins, 1 in the center and then on each side, but then you can remove the straight one, so you don't need that anymore. Great, great, great. Okay, Michelle says, love the clover pins. The shorter, great. The longer, even better for curved piecing. Well, I don't do much of that, so I haven't tried that. The short ones work great for me when I just have to do these little seams like that. Less chance of poking yourself. Yes, I believe so. I'm not 100% though. I'm not 100%, but you can iron over them too. I have done that. Not that you need to be ironing pins. It happens though. All right, so I showed you the new Storyboard pre-order. We have a few more pre-orders to show you that we have new in the store. And just so I tell you once again, once you order pre-order, yes, you pay in full, but you get a $5 discount. And then once the fabric is in store, we will ship it right away to you. And so please try and order only the specific pre-orders, unless you're ordering 2 different pre-orders that have the same approximate ship month. But if you're ordering anything else with it, Unfortunately, we hold everything until that pre-order comes in, so you might not want to do that. So order it separately. And I know you've been asking about this one. This is Tulip Pink Nightshade. One of her kind of a redo lines. She calls them deja vu lines. So they're from her previous lines, favorites from previous lines. And this one is Nightshade. I remember I made a quilt with it, but she recolors it. So different colors, and I chose this combination. And the reason why it looks a little different on our pre-order sheet is because the large print with the frames with the girls in it, that you will get a full yard because it's such a large print. Definitely want to fuzzy cut it. So you'll get a full yard with this and then half yards of the rest of it. That's how this bundle works. So just wanted you to know that one. And just so you know, pre-orders are a great way to secure you some fabric. Sometimes you never know what's going to be a hit and flies out before you know it. This next one is a Northcott line called Autumn Splendor. Really beautiful. Designer is Linda Ludovico. Probably I did butcher that one. But I love the beautiful classic fall leaves. But this blue colorway is really awesome with it. It's always a great combination to blend teal and rustic gold. And so they just did that there. And that's not really common in fall lines. So I think that's beautiful. This next one is called Dawn on the Prairie. This is by Fancy That Design House. And so this is a little bit curated by me because this line is pretty large. And so I really narrowed down the colors. In my opinion, when you make a quilt, by narrowing down the colors, you kind of have a more cohesive look. So I narrowed it down to the blues and this beautiful soft green. It's almost like an aqua, but it has a lot of green in it, and then the rusty reds. And so I added 2 basic rusty reds just to balance out the bundle. And I think it's really beautiful. I'm excited to work with that. And also it allows to add some tone on tones in there so it's not too wild. Another favorite, Sea Sisters by Shell Ramel. This is a Free Spirit line, a more neutral than before. Her lines are always very light, beautiful textures. And so I love this one. This one's going to be popular, I believe so. And that is it for our new pre-orders. We're always adding some. We added some last week, but it's fun to introduce them to you. I don't have any more new fabric for you. I figured it was fun to see something that is not quite here, but see it in person. And I'm excited, and I want to thank Free Spirit and Seth for trusting me to make something fun with this. And like I said, it's probably going to be more than just one quilt. We'll see. You know I have to just use up the fabric. Can't just let these beautiful scraps disappear. But let's remind you that tomorrow morning, Colleen is going to be back with our One Yard Wednesday show, a beautiful show that we have. She presents new 1 yards that are on a super special until while supplies last, until we run out. So you can find all those specials, and actually if you can't catch the show live, she's live both on Facebook and YouTube. We premiere it live, and if you can't catch her, you can always find the show on our website. Just go straight to where it says One Yard Wednesday on the website, and you will see the show up on the top. You can just click play, and then all the fabrics are right there that we have left. So we carry over from past shows. As long as we got inventory, we will keep it on that page for that beautiful price, $7.99 a yard. I know, great prices, and she always has some fabulous ideas on how to use each one of those 1 yards. So check in tomorrow morning to see Colleen and her beautiful, beautiful ideas. I know, some ideas that, I would never do because they're putsy, but they're beautiful. We love it. So all that's left for today is our giveaway question. Did you forget to tell them anything?
Yeah.
No, we forgot to talk about the quilt that's behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, the quilt that's behind you is actually a Katrina from the one that was made right before our class packs. I thought the yellow bits in there worked perfectly with your yellow shirt. So that's why I chose it. Beautiful. My other one over here is, of course, one of our retreat quilts. It's Nikki, made out of Cool Breeze, which is also a Free Spirit line. Thanks, Free Spirit. We love you. All right, so here's the giveaway question. All you got to do is answer this question in the comments. You're automatically entered to the giveaway. And here it is. What is the biggest surprise you've ever received in the mail? Wow, that's a good one. What's your biggest surprise? Wouldn't it be great to get like $1 million check or something?
It wasn't that.
It wasn't that. I think, you know, when I was younger, when I got like a refund, like even if it was $100, it was like, oh my gosh, a tax refund.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if there's...
I can't think of anything that was...
Surprises are bills that you just...
No, yeah. I mean, that's why it's really great to get something in the mail. I mean, obviously, like if somebody sends you a gift or something, you weren't expecting it. But nowadays, when you're an adult...
Hospital bill for $250K.
That's not fun. No, that's like as you turn into adults, our kids were just talking about this. It's like, it's all downhill. Like now it's not even fun to get mail anymore because it's all just bills.
I hate paper.
I know. But let us know, what is your favorite surprise that you have received in the mail? And then we will announce the winner on our next week's show, which is March 14th. 4 p.m. Central. It's going to be our Tipsy Tuesday show. Now, Happy Friday this week will be kind of a little bit of a surprise. It'll be live from headquarters, and we're going to have guest hosts because we are taking off on a little getaway tomorrow. So they'll be there for you. Hopefully.
Yay!
Hopefully, it'll be a great show. I know it'll be a great show. But we'll see. They'll have a cocktail and everything for Friday and fun stuff to share with you from the studio. So it'll be most likely Kara, well, anybody, Kara and Colleen, most likely, and Andrea will be running the show.
I think Geesley should do live.
Yeah, maybe Geesley. Maybe.
Geesley
Probably not. Most likely not. No, he really rarely comes out of the warehouse unless he's going to drive to a show and work in the booth. He had a lot of conversation with you quilters at the show in Atlanta. It was great. All right, that's our show. That's our show. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening until next week. So have a great evening, great weekend, and we will see you. Hopefully we will be refreshed. We'll see. It's a short one, but we will see. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.